Let's bring you some breaking news this hour, developing story. A kidnapped pupil from Queen's High School in Johannesburg has been found. The pupil was allegedly snatched on Monday while waiting for transport after school. ENC reporter Ngobile Majala is there and will bring us all the details at the top of the hour. Now, in a separate incident, a grade 8 pupil from Lantern School for Learners with Special Needs has gone missing. She's normally picked up by her parents, but this morning has yet not been found. Now, with these kidnappings happening and the missing children, just to understand what the Department of Education in Gauteng knows about these cases and is doing, I'm joined in the studio now by Steve Mabona on behalf of the Gauteng Education Department. Mr. Mabona, good morning. It's as if since we started this, each time I have you in the studio, it's not about good news about what's happening in education. We've had deaths, now we've got kidnappings happening. We've got these two separate cases, that's the latest. A developing story is that the Queen's School pupil was missing or allegedly kidnapped on Monday has now been found. We don't have a lot of details yet about that. What does your department know at this stage?
Thank you very much, Praten. I think next time when we do a good story, which is not something that the media will want to do, they just need to come, just to give a different perspective, you know, that the department is doing something different.
I will be there, I promise.
Definitely.
We need good news. We need to uplift ourselves when it comes to our children and education.
Definitely. Look, we just received this information that the learner has been found. We are told he was found in Maponya Mall. That's the information that we have. Further than that, we don't have anything. And it will be difficult for us to even, go into it and say, what was the child doing there, all other things. But we are interacting with the family and the police, because remember, this was a police matter. They were investigating, so we need to give them the opportunity, because they need probably to interact with the family and check on how it happened and all those details. So we'll be led by them.
So you're waiting for the investigation to pursue, but you must be relieved, at least at the minimum, that the child has been found.
Definitely we are. I mean, you would not know what might have transpired, taking from where we come from. We reported learners that were missing, only to find that they could not even come back. So for us, it's a relief. We are quite actually encouraged that the child is back. What we need to do is to prepare our psychosocial unit team. If it comes to a push that we need to go home and visit and make sure that we start with the process of supporting the learner while the learner will still be at home, we need to do that so that we prepare him to come back, to school as quick as possible. Because
and it's going to be very important, as you said earlier, that the police must conclude their investigations fully and properly, so they can get to the bottom of what really happened here.
Definitely, they will then have to lead, and as far as the information is concerned. But for us, we need to support both, the father and the child, and make sure that the child is ready to come back to school.
Okay, on the other case from Lantern School for children with special needs, we understand a child has also gone missing, their pupil has gone missing. Do you know anything about that particular case, which is separate from this one?
Indeed, circumstances are also tricky here, because, this learner would normally be, picked up by the father, and on the day, we don't understand how she managed to leave the school without, the father, taking, because the father was there waiting, according to the information that we have. And, but then the child could not be with the father. So we have launched an investigation. We have sent our officials to go to the school this morning to understand from the moment the child was in the classroom up until she left the school, what transpired. We need a full report, which is going to assist us to make a call, on all our safety measures around our school, because we know that if learners, if it's not contact time, learners need to have a teacher that will be around just to monitor the process, where learners will be, fetched by their parents. It's normally busy outside our schools, but there will be monitoring of some sort. So that element, we need to understand how come the child was not seen. But we understand that there's probably 3 pickup points in that school. So we'll then have to understand on how it happened that the learner left the school without the father noticing.
And hopefully that child will also be found, like the other one was found this morning in Maponya Mall in Soweto. But at a higher level, when you look at all these incidents that are happening now, what would the message be from your department to the schools themselves, to the parents, to ensure that the children are safe?
Look, we all need to be vigilant. We need to be vigilant as parents, as the school community. We don't need to take anything for granted. Now we've seen that, if you are lax, you will be, you will find wanting, because you might end with a situation whereby you have a fatality, or you have a missing child, or you have, injuries. I mean, what is happening in and around our school, you need to be very cautious in terms of monitoring. Our monitoring must be very close. We don't need to take things for granted. And that's an eye-opener for us. But all of us, we need to be taking, part in making sure that the safety of our learner is not compromised.
Yeah, extra precautions are very important. Thank you very much, Steve Mabona. And of course, here on ENC, we'll continue to follow up on that story of the alleged kidnapping on Monday, the 5 million rand ransom, and now, thanks goodness, the child has been found.